Right, now we have Mark 3. I've done it again. Hang on. Right. Oh, everything's got to be difficult. Right, screw the wheels mogul. Only to there to hand. Right. Right, so give it a wiggle and yank it out. There we go. That's the thingy that moves the thingy that changes the gears. Yeah. This one, there we go, is first and second gear. Right, and that's where those bits fit in there. In those. Right, next up, you need to get this one out. No, look at first gear. Bloody mess. Why is it? Even the minis had similar gearboxes to this. Yeah, the BMC gearbox. Okay, that won't come out until I get reverse gear out. But this is third and fourth gear. As you can see, the water has damaged the arms. They've actually gone rusty in oil. There's a turn up for the books, eh? Yeah, it's pitted. I might have a spare one of these. That's the reverse gear selector. And then I can get the third and fourth gear selector, which you saw me moving. Well, it's going to have to be on the last video. Now then. I've got to take that loose. I've got to get reverse gear out. I'm not being funny, this can be tricky. But then again, sometimes it's really kind. So that again is 7/16. Well, in my case, because I've lost my spanner, it's gonna be there's one of the ball bearings. Hope you can see that. Well, I put it in there, I think so. And what those ball bearings do, they sit in there. Right? And that stops this. It's a bit like clicky, so you can feel it go into gear. And that's because of these. Because you've got fourth gear and third gear. Third and fourth. I think this one is. That one's, yeah, that one's first and second. So you've only got one there, look, one there, and you've got two there. Now that one there, I haven't got that out, that might be that bearing. It's in between those two shafts. I think this one's got it on the back as well. There it is. See those two? Right? They meet in the middle. How can I explain this now? Bugger. Hang on. I need to show you. Because I don't know all the fancy names. I don't do fancy names. Right. But you see those three holes there? I hope you can see them from there. Let me have a look. No, you can't. So let's tilt you down a bit. Oh yeah, now you can see them. See those three holes? At the top, inside the gearbox there. That one, and that one. There's a ball bearing in between those two. Right? You mustn't forget that when you put it together. It just sits there. Right? So, as you move, when one's in gear, right, the other one you can't move. It locks. That's basically what it does, okay? That's why those two holes, slits are there. So when this goes past that one, you put it into gear. That one locks on that little ball bearing. So you can't put this one into gear at the same time. Right? So that's what that does. And that little ball bearing, you have to, I think it's this hole, pop it in here. You put your shaft in, then you put your ball bearing in, which is not easy. And then there's another ball bearing that fits in here that sits on behind the spring, which is, they're probably still stuck in there, ain't got them out yet, but where's the spring? The spring. There's one ball bearing on the end of that, there's one there, and that one is for putting the middle bearing in. Right? Ball bearing, let's get it right, not bearing, because it's not a bearing. It's just a ball bearing. And it's not good, because I might have to replace those as well. Right. So, is it still in there? Yeah, it's still there, I can see it. That's alright. And two. Yeah, both ball bearings are still in there. Oh, don't want to lose them. But we'll have to get them out. But I'll be able to push them through and they'll drop. But the only trouble is you've got to be careful, because there's a plate under here. How can I put it? The spigot shaft goes through, which will have to come out. So I just thought. So next job, that is your reverse gear. They've actually put a little screwdriver. I don't know if you can see there. Not. We might be able to see there. Let's have a look. Oh no, you don't. You get in the business. Huh. Oh, my big fat belly's in the way. That's because it's turned. Right, and we turn it there. So you can see on top of the gearbox. I think you can. Okay. That there is the shaft that goes into your reverse gear, which is just there. Now then, I'm going to put this round here to get that. What we need to do is to slacken off the locking pin. I'm pretty sure it's 7/16, yeah. So where did I put my 11mm? Probably you lot notice what I do with things more than I notice what I do with things myself. There it is. So we just take this pin out. This is only a locking pin, right? I think it's got a sticky out bit that, no, it just goes onto the shaft and stops it moving. Right. Otherwise that is the bit that holds your reverse gear in place. Holds the shaft that your reverse gear is bolted on. Now then, screwdriver. This old timepiece might do it. So you put that in there and check it's loose. Oh look, that's nice, isn't it? Now then, what we've got to do is get that out. So we can push it up with our finger, luckily. But if it gets stuck, or you have never done it before, you put a screwdriver in there, give it a little wiggle after you've taken the lock nut off, right? Pair of mole grips or pliers, just that these are to hand, and you should, if everything goes to plan, come out like that. But sometimes they don't, and you can spend quite a long time getting this pin up. Then you can go in here and grab reverse gear. Yeah, right, he says. You go in there and grab reverse gear. Oh my god, my first gear's knackered. Ah! Absolutely shot. Right. So that's going to have to be replaced as well. Oh no. Anyway. Now I can push the reverse gear. No, look at the state of that. This is going to be a problem. I can push that out. Come on. Come on now. Oh, a bit tricky to get out. Give me a second. Get in there, man. Mama. Sometimes you do that and it sort of turn it and then it'll give you the cog. But this one ain't gonna, so what I'll do, because it's loose and I can move it out of the way, I should be able to pull out. I think I've got to get that out. Piece of wire. Special tools, or tent peg will do this, about the right size. Now that ain't going to come out, but I can push it down and hopefully I can yank this out. Ah no, yeah, one more pin to get out, I forgot that. Now the lay gear, which is that pin there. Now then. Get these bits out of the way. And the rubbish, I'll go straight in my bin. Right. Forgot about that leg gear, this still won't come out. Right. So what we need to do now, as you can probably see there, they're not got to come out. See that bit there? That got to come off. So we can get our ratchet 13mm there. I know it's 13mm because I think I had to replace that bolt. This is only a locking nut. So we unscrew that one first. Then the tricky bit comes in. Then you have to go on the other side and unscrew it. Usually when I do this. And this is a problem. Shouldn't be that much give in it, so I think the bearing's kaput or busted or worn, or the water has destroyed it, or the shaft is worn. It could be a lot of things. But first gear is completely shot, so that's got to be replaced. I can't. When you strip a gearbox down like this, that is your thrust bearing. Just held on by those two clips there. You just turn them round and get it off. As you can see, it's in good order because the thickness there is good. So you don't need to change that. Right. Back in a minute. I just want to see if I can find my ratchet. Okay. I think it must be still under the car. So what we'll do is the same with procedure. We will get that one and that one. Switch on there. What I might do is put another extension on that. just to avoid knuckles. And then the ratchet's in the car and I'm too lazy to go and get it. So you take all these out. Try and do them in a bit of series on this, because this part is a modified part, not original. Well, it is original part, and what they've done, as you can see, you don't need to go mad on tightening. Right. Because this was, I put this into because what happens, that just runs in there on a little aluminium sleeve sort of thing, because when it's in the car, that's all held still and straight. But they do move a small amount, well, you know, tiny amount, especially if that bearing that's on the end of that shaft wears out. Right. Or it gets killed with water. I must learn to change oil in my gearbox a little more often. They say every 3,000, well, every 8,000 I think it is on the most. Well, there you are. So, when you put this back, obviously try and do them up in series, you know. Like I can see there's 4 there, which are near enough. And there's 1 there, and then there's that one. So, with a bit of fiddling, you can do it. You can see the sealing I put on here as a precautionary measure. It's not too much because there's no always in the gearbox. Not in this old girl. So a bit of rubber sealant floating around in there ain't gonna hurt matters too much. But after rebuild, if you change the oil about 6 months after you've done it, most of those bits will come out. Right, we're all undone. Give it a wiggle and it should come straight off. If it doesn't, you're either stuck to the gasket. There we go. See, that don't look much. There's another ball bearing. Falling out now, obviously. Right. See there? And also, I've just noticed that the pin on the top there is falling down. There's one here as well, which is, if I push it down, you might be able to see them. See them in the house? You gotta make sure that those holes too are not. That's another quid. Now this is getting expensive. This. There's the shaft going out. So you give that a shove. Oh, okay, you don't want to come out that way, we go out the other way then. Okay, just your hammer screwdriver down the hole and out it comes. Then, bit of rag, by now. Okay. It's going to be a matter difficult. Right, so, over there, because it's a machine edge and something holding up. Okay, you're not going to come out that way. What's on here? Hey, blimey. Oh dear, there's our grinding noise problem. Look at that. Hey, we found the problem. And this is a spigot shaft. I've got another one of these. It goes through. It's actually worn through this. Oh dear. I know what's caused that, but I can't get to it until I get the gears out. We should pop out now. So you've got to be careful not bloody. You gotta get. I don't know if she might. Ah, she gone past it. Good. And that should. Come on, baby. Through the hole. There we go. And there we are. Look at that first gear. Yeah. Absolutely knackered. That was 80 quid last time. Shit. Okay, now we can take the reverse gear out. Don't forget to put this in first, reverse. Right. Oh no, that I didn't want to see. Oh. Right, that shaft won't come out that way. But this. Right. To get your spigot shaft out. Oh no, this is really bad news. I think I have got one. But the what I call the lay shaft, see here, oh there is one. You see that washer that's in there? That stops end float going that way. So that rumbling horrible noise I was getting out of you was your spigot shaft when first gear's knackered. Damn. Sorry everyone, but now I've got to fight with this contraption. Oh, this is not good. Look like this could be a 3-part job. I think I have got another spigot shaft. It's in better nick than this one. This one is completely kaput, as they say. This is being the mother. And I know the service kit on eBay is £100. But you can buy everything. There we go. That you have to get off, and then you can push the thing through the hole, the bearing. Because there's a slit in the bearing that fits into. Don't lose that. Well, if you do, it's a quid. There we go. Here comes the spigot shaft. That's a spigot shaft. Where's the bloody bearing gone? Okay. Oh, there's the bearing. And that looks alright. Why were you so wobbly then? That's the bearing that I was on about, the wobbly bearing. That's perfect condition. I need to look into that. But the bit I'm not happy about is what's left in that gearbox. I don't know if you can see it there. It's in there. It's called the lay gear, what I call it that. Look at the teeth on that. Now what happens? Your first gear goes in there. Like so. It fits in there. I'm going to have to move things. Anyway, that's empty now. Apart from 2 washers. One obviously come out with it. There it is. And the other one's stuck on the side here. Oh, come on. Right. I'll put that on the floor. Now then. What has probably destroyed this? Right. Let's get it shining